Hi everyone, this is Dave and welcome to my unboxing and review of the Sony Xperia X. A big thank you must go out to Vodafone UK for sending me out this to review. You can find a link to their website in the video description. On the back of the box here we've got some of the main specifications and I'll be covering these as I unbox this device. So let's have a look inside the box, and as we open it up we can see some nice colours coming through actually. So really nice colourful inside of the box. Perhaps they should have done that on the outside to make it a little bit more appealing. But here we've got the actual Sony Xperia X. This has got a 5-inch full HD display, 1920 by 1080. And it's got a triluminous display, so it should be really very good both indoors and outdoors in bright light. So let's just pop the smartphone to one side and we'll see what else we get inside. So next section down we've got a box with some documentation in. So inside here we've simply got a startup guide and also just some extra information about pre-installed applications. We've also got a USB charger. Now I'm in the UK, so this is a 3-pin charger. It's one of these compact type designs where that top pin actually goes down to make it nice and compact for travelling, and then a USB connector on the opposing side. And then we've also got a little area here with the USB cable, and this is a USB to micro USB, so no USB-C on this device. And of note, there are no earphones inside this box. You might get those when you buy this at retail, but certainly inside my review unit there is no earphones. And then we've got the actual smartphone itself, and this has got some really fantastic selling points. Let me just take this cover off first of all. There really is not a lot that beats unwrapping a new device. We've got another little sticker just here as well. That's very hard to remove, but the little NFC contact point is obviously in this top corner. So whilst I tell you a little bit more about the phone, let me start it up. So we've got the Sony screen there. Now this is a 1920 by 1080 display. The camera on the back, so the main camera, is an impressive 23 megapixels, and we've got a little flash alongside this as well. And then what's really surprising is the front-facing camera is 13 megapixels. That's absolutely insane. So you're going to get really high resolution selfies from this particular smartphone. Inside we've got a Snapdragon 650 hexa-core processor, so that's going to move things along at a nice turn of speed. We've also got 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage, and micro SD card support up to 200 GB. Inside we've got a 2620 mAh battery, up to 2 days of battery life between charges. So let me just take you for a guide around the phone. On the side here we've got the main power on off button. This also acts as a fingerprint sensor. Then we've got here the volume rocker. We've also got direct access to the camera. Across the bottom edge here we've got the micro USB charging port, little microphone here as well. And then round on this side we've got the nano SIM card tray and also the micro SD card tray. And then across the top edge here we've got the 3.5mm audio jack and also a secondary microphone. You'll notice also we've got what looks like 2 speakers. I'm not sure at this stage if it does have 2 speakers, but during my review section of this video, which will be in this very video, I'll let you know exactly how they perform. So welcome back to the main part of this video, which is of course the review and my opinion on the Sony Xperia X. Now I've been using this for a couple of days now, and I must say that there are a couple of things that I really like with this, and just one that I think is a very minor negative point. So let's cover off that negative point first of all. Let's launch the camera and we're going to go into settings on our video mode. And you'll see here when we tap on video resolution The maximum resolution is 1920 by 1080, albeit at 60 frames per second maximum frame rate. And I think that's a little bit of a shame because we've got a fantastic camera here, and the fact that it doesn't record 4K is just a little bit disappointing. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but it is just a little tiny bit disappointing. Back to the positive points. What Sony have done here with the Sony Xperia X is what they said they would do during the announcement for this particular smartphone, which is to take things back to sort of basics, and no frills, but very good performing phone with amazing cameras. And when I say amazing cameras, I do mean fantastic. As I mentioned during the introduction to this video, we've got a 13 megapixel front facing camera, and we've also got a 23 megapixel rear facing camera, and they both perform absolutely fantastically. Now this is the first photo. This was actually taken with some flash as well, in quite poor lighting conditions. Actually, let me just pop the brightness up a tiny bit just to show you the photos. There we go, that's a bit better. So we go back to this photo, and it is very, very good indeed. We've got really good colour, even though the flash was used, a really nice amount of detail as well, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Very, very impressed indeed. Now if we just zoom out and we go to this photo here, again with flash. The flash was a little bit overpowering on this, but I was quite close to these little plush figures, and it did sort of affect the overall sort of tonality of the photo a little bit. So do be careful if you're using flash very close to your subject. And then this one here of Milo, again, fantastic quality, really very, very good indeed. And then we move across to this one. This has just got some nice detail in it, nice and sharp on the text. Again, a really good performance. And then we move across to a few more. This is a really good photo. Again, it captured it really well. Very accurate colours in all of the photos that are actually captured by this particular smartphone. A really good overall performance. So let's go back and talk about the battery life. Battery on this is brilliant. Now, I gave it a full charge and I got easily a day and a half, almost 2 full days, but it was nearer to the day and a half mark purely because I was using the smartphone so much. It got a lot of use for the camera, a lot of on-screen time as well, but I would say you'll easily get a day and a half between charges. The battery is 2620 milliamp hours, which isn't the biggest capacity available in a smartphone, but with the battery saving features that you can employ on this, it does work very well indeed. With small or low to medium use, I think you are going to get the 2-day battery life between charges. Audio quality, extremely good. The speakers perform very, very well. This is great for viewing back YouTube videos and other media. Just a fantastic performance with regards to audio. Audio from the headphone jack as well is extremely good. So let's talk a little bit about overall performance. Now, I haven't really taxed the smartphone too much, but certainly for playing back videos and launching apps, multitasking, etc., it's got a nice turn of speed. It's not the fastest processor you're going to get in a smartphone nowadays, but more than capable enough of running everything without any sort of lag or any noticeable hiccups during use. Comfort factor is a really nice size smartphone. We've got a 5-inch display, very narrow bezels on the left and right, a little bit of extra space obviously top and bottom to make space for that 13 megapixel front facing camera, but nice sort of curved lines on the edges which make it very, very comfortable to use. I also like the material that they've used on the back. It does pick up a small amount of fingerprints, but for the most part it's pretty good. I'm really pleased. It feels like a very nice grade of material. Slightly protruding camera on the back, but hardly noticeable. A very slab-like design, but very, very comfortable to hold. I've been really impressed with the Sony Xperia X, and I think if you're looking for a very straightforward, no-frills smartphone with great performance and amazing, and I mean amazing cameras, then this is well worth considering. So that's it for my video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, as always, please do hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel as well. and I'll see you in another video very soon.